Hey everyone, what's up? Coming at you with another update, just letting you know what's going on. I got some new glasses, as you can see. They're like wire framed and a little more circular in the lens. Change up the style, trying to keep the glare out of them. So yeah, like that. You can't really see my my eyes. Um, but just got back from doing yoga. I've been traveling a lot, trying to do yoga at least 2 or 3 times a week. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what's up. The two big things that happened, I think, uh, are just I went to Fuzhou, which is about 3 hours from here, and then I went to a city called Xiamen, which is like 2 hours from here, but by like high speed train. So I think it's like on the road. I don't know. It's probably like 6 hours or something. But but yeah, it was good. I had some money, or I got paid a full paycheck, and then I had some free time. We had because like my Saturday classes, I always get canceled. This week, the class is canceled again. Like Saturdays is we teach grade two, and since I started in like the beginning of or the end of February, beginning of March, I think I've taught that grade two class maybe 4 times. So it usually gets canceled, um, and it gets canceled for exams and stuff. So anyway, I decided to take some trips. I went to Fuzhou, met some people. They showed me around. I went to a couple of bars that were like foreigner owned. I was only there for like 2 days. On the first day, I went to a place called Hooley's, and I mistakenly bought a big 3 liter like thing of beer because I saw the menu and I wasn't really paying attention to the measurements. I wanted like I thought it was gonna be I got the more expensive one. I thought it was gonna be like one of those big mugs, like a pint or so, or a couple pints, but it ended up being 3 liters. They brought out a big tower with a little tiny ass glass. So I sat there for like 3 hours in the bar because there's nobody else in the bar. I couldn't like it was a Wednesday night, so no one was there. I couldn't like give the rest away, and I didn't want to waste it. So I sat there for like 3 hours, finished it, and I was pretty buzzed by then. Did a lot of walking around the city, trying to find like an H&M for like Western size clothes. I found an H&M, but they still didn't really have what I needed. Um, so the second day, I went to like this couple this park area, and at night I went to like a bridge area where like it's all lit up. It's really cool. And then the second night was kind of crazy. I went to a bar just to have like a drink or two. There was a bunch of foreigners there, like hanging out for some reason. I didn't want to meet anybody because that day I walked forever. I was fucking tired. I just wanted to have some beers and then go back to my hotel. So I was off on my own. But eventually, right before I left, one of the big guy, I guess he came over. This big dude from Texas introduced himself, and he was like, he's been here for 2 years, and he was kind of like the social. He was like the dude that was making everything happen. He's a social. He seems like a sociable guy, and he knew everybody, and he introduced me to some people. And so after, because this was like a little dive joint bar that people were at, and so they wanted to go to a place called the Cellar, and my friend had mentioned the Cellar. I hadn't been there yet, so I decided to follow them. It was like a club or like a wannabe club. It's a bar that wants to be a club. The music was really loud, but there wasn't really anybody dancing because it was a Thursday night. So and the drinks were really expensive. So anyway, I hung out there with them. Didn't really talk because the music was so loud. And then after that, there were like 5 of us left at the night because I was gonna go home the next day anyway, so I wanted to do stuff. So that's why I went to the Cellar with them. And then there were like 5 of us left, and this guy, like this Armenian guy, oh, that's what it was. They were at the bar because they were celebrating. Or apparently, Armenia had overthrown their dictator or their government or something, and there's like 2 Armenians in Fuzhou, and so they wanted to have like a celebration. So a bunch of other people came. Anyway, the Armenian guy was like, "I've got booze at my place. Come back to my place. Everybody will keep drinking." And I was like I said, I wanted to do stuff. So I was like, "Okay, I'll go." But then everybody else said no, And so it is me and this Armenian guy. We go back to his place, and at the bar, I had thought that he might be gay, and then it turns out that he was gay, and he definitely wanted to sleep with me, and it was a pretty interesting night. So we got to his place. It's like way away from my hotel. He gives, we're drinking some vodka, and we're talking about Armenia and talking about his time here and stuff. And then then he's like, yeah, it's like I'm bisexual, or at least bisexual, and and I was like, oh, that's cool. I know I don't really, I don't really care. I've been hit on before. I just feel bad because I was the only one that went back with him, so maybe he thought he was gonna get laid. So I was like, oh no, I'm flattered, but I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, I was like, I have to go. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. He looked kind of sad, but my phone was dead, so I couldn't like call a taxi or anything. And it was like 4 a.m. and I went out, and there was like nobody around because he lived kind of away from everything. So I had to walk for like 25 minutes or 30 minutes to find like a busy enough street to where I could hail a taxi and then go back to my hotel. So it was an interesting night, to say the least. And then the next day I went home, and that was my Fuzhou trip, and it was pretty fun for the most part. Just a couple days and just chilling and just walking around the city. Saw some places. I went saw three lanes, seven alleys, which is a famous landmark there. It's part of the old. It's an old part of the city apparently, and it's got three major streets and then like a bunch of different alleys, seven alleys. So it's called three lanes, seven alleys, and now it's like many shops that you just walk around and buy stuff, restaurants, food. But it's pretty cool. So that happened. Then like a week later, 2 weeks later, decided to go. I had Saturday off, so I had 3 days. And my friend Juno, whom I met here, my Chinese friend, she also had some time off, and she was in Xiamen. And I was like, oh, I want to come down and visit you. And she's like, okay. So I went down there for 3 days, and she showed me around Xiamen, and it was very nice. It's like an island. It's kind of like they call it an island city because I guess the big city is like on a part of an island, like in a big bay area. But I didn't really go to the island part, but I did go to some of the beaches, and they were very good. Like it made me want to go swimming because the weather was really nice that day. So it really made me want to go swimming. But we went there. We went to another area, like a road where you walk down, and there's like shops. So far, I feel like that's pretty much, well, not all there is, but that's a big part of like Chinese tourism is like you go to this area, because I'm always like, well, what's this area known for? Oh, you just buy things. So you just go to an area and you just walk down the road, and there's just all kinds of shops and like street food and restaurants. So we went to like three different ones in Xiamen. I forget the names of all of them. Or no, one of them was called Sapoe. That area, which is pretty. It was pretty cool. But they're like, yeah, they're all the same kind of. And then we rode bikes because you can rent bicycles. You can rent bicycles here on your, because like your phone, they have WeChat Pay. Like you can pay with WeChat, or you can pay with like Alipay is a different paying system. But you link your card and your bank account to your WeChat and your phone, and you scan the little barcode, and so you can pay for things that way, and it's really convenient. I wish America had that. You like go eat somewhere, and then you just scan the little code, and you put in the amount, and you hit your password, and you pay. It's really convenient, really easy. And so they have all these bikes that you scan the bike, it gives you a code, you put in the code, the bike unlocks, and then you can ride it however far, and they charge you by time. So we rode a bike around for like 2 hours, I think, 1 or 2 hours. Got some Greek food, which is really good. Went to the mall, walked around the mall, and then she helped me get my Taobao set up. Taobao is like a big online shopping thing. It's only in Chinese though. They don't have an English version, but it's like where everybody buys their shit, and it's really cheap. It's like a lot cheaper than other places. So I got my Taobao. She helped me set up my Taobao, and I bought some shorts because I don't have any shorts here, and it's starting to get really hot. So I bought a couple pairs of shorts, and I bought an electronic keyboard. And So when I got back from the Xiamen trip, I ordered on Saturday. On Monday, the keyboard came, and of course, it was broken. So I sent that back yesterday, and hopefully, the next one that comes will not be broken. And I haven't got my shorts yet. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I took the high speed train. Oh, I guess the ending of the Xiamen trip was kind of funny. I took the high speed train there. Well, first of all, the train station here in Fuan is like really far away. It's like 20, 25 minutes on bus or by taxi. And I didn't know how to get there by bus, so I took a taxi and it ended up costing like 122 RMB, 122 yuan, which is a lot. Like the taxi starts at 7. So we really racked it up there. Because it's like 25 minutes outside the major part of the city. But I get there, I reserved the ticket on WeChat, and it took me about 2.5 hours to get there. But then I got to, like, she was in the southern part, I guess, of the city, and I got to the northern part. So that also was like really far away. So I had to take a cab, and that was like 30 bucks or 30 RMB from there to her. And then on the ending of the trip, I was gonna take the train back to Fuzhou, and then she was gonna rent a car because you can rent for like personal taxis, where you share with like two or three people, and everybody pays a portion of it, and they take you from like one city to the next. It's pretty cool, except that whenever I've gotten them, the guy takes, like, I'm always like the first one in, and the guy takes forever getting the other passengers, and so it seems like it's good, but it's kind of better to just take the bus because when the bus leaves, and then you just go. Like for example, on my Fuzhou trip from Fuzhou back to Fuan, I got the personal taxi I shared with two other people. So I was the first one to get in, and then we sat around forever. Like we sat around for like 20 because they're on the phone and they have to find the other people. Like, where are you at? And like, oh, I'm here, and they got to find them. And we sat around forever finding this first guy, and the second guy also took, like, we stayed in the city for like an hour before we even started to leave. And then he had to go get gas, and he had to get across the city, which is like another 40 minutes. So it's kind of like a big waste of time unless you get in and immediately go. So anyway, but I was gonna take the train from Xiamen to Fuzhou and then take a car back to Fuan. So Juno helped me set it up. She forgot that I had to get my ticket because the Chinese people just use their ID, I guess, and they don't have to go like show the ticket. They just do their ID. She forgot I had to go pick up my ticket, and so we were getting there like right at time when we were supposed to leave. I go try to get my ticket, and they don't have anymore. And I'm like, you just get on the train, you go, it's fine. And so I'll get the next one. And so I had to wait around for 2 hours, get the next train, then get to Fuzhou, then take the car. And again, the car was like way on the other side of the station. I had to find that, and then I had to wait for him to pick up three other people. So I was crammed in the back seat and sweaty and tired. It was just, I was a little irritated, but it was whatever. It's okay. I made it out alive. So it just, I think from now on, I'll just take the bus. I think the bus is easier. But anyway, those are my two trips. Nothing super special, but very nice cities. I like Fuzhou and Xiamen both. I think I would want to live in Xiamen because it has a little bit of everything. It's got, well, I mean, I think Fuzhou does too because it's also near the water. But Xiamen just seemed like prettier and like it just had a better feeling to the city. But to be fair, I didn't get to experience a lot of either. So Xiamen really reminded me of Jeju, and because like the trees, like there's lots of vegetation around, at least where I was, and the beaches, just like a bigger Jeju. So it was really nice. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just I spent all my money. I think I have like 700 RMB left from my 12,000 paycheck. But a lot of that was like one-time purchases. Like I bought the gym membership. I sent 1,000 home, or converted 1,000 and sent that home. I owed somebody 500 because I borrowed from them to live on. Then I lived on it for a month. I bought the keyboard, which is like 500. The shorts, they were like 65 each. Was buying odds and ends. So I've gotten the new glasses. The glasses were 625. So I spent it all, and then I did the two trips. So, but a lot of it was stuff like one-time purchases or things that I'm not going to do very much, like travel. Hopefully, I actually I'll get paid tomorrow, so it's okay. And then this weekend I might go to Ningda, but Ningda's very close, and it's a lot cheaper than the other places. So we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Doing well. I've adjusted pretty well. I can't complain about the workload. It's pretty easy. There are some things that still kind of annoy me, especially the driving. Like a couple of times when I've been riding in a taxi or in a bus, like I've had to clench my butthole up because I thought we were gonna hit somebody or somebody was gonna hit us. Does everybody like, at least around here, they all drive like with a total like obliviousness to what's going on. Like they'll merge and not even check like what's coming in the next lane. Like I saw a guy just coming right in. He wasn't even gonna stop, and he like went right in. And the car in front that was going in the lane had this slam on his brakes, which made a bunch of other cars like brake check each other. So I don't know. They all drive like they all have the right of way, or that they don't worry like about anything. Like the other person, they assume the other person will take responsibility and not wreck or not kill somebody. And like crossing the street and going through the crosswalk, is you're always playing Frogger. I've gotten used to that, but like crossing the street, I've gotten used to. But I still get pretty irritated when I'm going through the crosswalk and like cars or e-bikes just keep coming, like don't even give a shit, and they just keep coming, and I'm like, I have the green light. I am walking. Do not hit me. It's really annoying. But anyway, so far so good. The only bad thing is that I haven't really been sticking to my plan of like saving money and working out. Well, the working out part a little, I have kind of been going to yoga, and I've been like walking around the city, traveling. That's pretty good exercise. I've already had two people tell me that I look thinner than when I first got here. So I haven't got to weigh myself yet because the gym that I go to doesn't it has a weird like super scale thing where like you put in all this information and it tells you everything about you, but it's all in Chinese, so I don't know how to work it. I just want to know. I just want a regular scale, but maybe I'll buy one of those tomorrow or something. But anyway, yeah. So I will try and stick to my original plan this next month, but it's kind of hard when you have so much time and money to just go do stuff. Oh, speaking of doing stuff, this Friday, the Avengers Infinity War finally comes out here. I had to wait 2 weeks to fucking see this movie. Luckily, it has not been spoiled by anybody for me. So I don't work on Fridays, so I'm gonna go as soon as I get up. I'm gonna like shower and head over to the theater and see what the times are and buy a ticket. So I'm excited for that. And Westworld is back on. Also, no one has ruined that for me yet. So I think I'm gonna try and wait till the end. The whole season ends. I've downloaded the first 3 episodes. We'll see if I have the willpower to not watch. So, all right, but that's pretty much it. I just had 2 big trips and they're pretty fun. And yeah, I've just been enjoying China and trying to experience things as much as I can. So I'll probably make another video soon about my Ningda trip if I go, and some other things. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Everybody back home, love you, be safe, and see you next time.